How are you? I'm Ellie. You're with me for 25,000 miracles, and I am so glad you're here. I have a wonderful friend, and we met when our sons were 5 years old. They were the shortest members of the team for soccer. They were 5 and all trying to learn this game. They were hilarious. They were so much fun. And Brian and Jason were just like super whizzes on the soccer team, on the soccer field. Whether or not they got anything accomplished, that was another thing. But they were magnificent. It was not long after Jason's death that she contacted me and expressed her feelings of sorrow because of my son's loss. Then I got a letter from her, and she said Brian had been killed, and she talked to me about it. And then she said she had a number of heavenly messages during that time after his death, and she was sharing all of this with me, knowing my interest in miracles and my interest in Brian too. She'd suffered bouts of depression, and on this one occasion she was struggling with her faith in God. So in March, she said, quote, "My husband and older son went to a car show in Calgary, a city north of where we lived. I opted to remain home. I felt a need to grieve and to pray. My husband, Bill, had installed a heat detecting light in Brian's room a year before Brian died. Brian did not appreciate to have that light promptly turned off." Now, this is how it worked. Oh, close quote. This is how it worked. He installed the light, and as Brian entered the room, the light came on. When Brian left the room, 3 minutes later, it shut down. So the night that she was praying, she felt after her husband left that she wasn't alone, but she just felt she wasn't alone. And she experienced an urging to look behind her. And this is what she said. "I was pouring my heart out to Brian and to God when I felt a need to look behind me. I saw the light in Brian's room. It was on. It just stayed on. Eventually, after an hour or so, I turned it off. I am not sure if it was God's care manifested for me, or if God allowed Brian's spirit to be present. I only know I wasn't alone." Close quote. Oh, my dear friend, I am so happy that God has given you help, that God has given you a miracle, to know that your son is all right. Thank you for sharing this story. I feel for you so much. Thank you, all of you, for joining me today. Miracle stories are wonderful. Please continue to send them and allow me to share your story. My name is Ellie. This is 25,000 Miracles. I hope your week goes very well.